Ayubovam.
Vanakkam from Sri Lanka. May you all be well and happy is the Sri Lankan saying of welcoming. So good evening and welcome to the Earth Family Call from Sri Lanka. And we would like to welcome all our friends from around the world. It may be morning, it may be afternoon, it may be evening. And we are joined by our Sarvodaya colleagues and also by our village leaders from a village that will be profiled later in this call. Subha Sandhyavak, other may other Sandhyave Earth Family Call. මේ එක පෘථිවියේ ජීවත් වෙන එක පවුලක් හැටියට සැලකලා තමයි මේ one home journey කියන එක පටන් අරගෙන තියෙන්නේ. Sorry that I have to do bilingual because we have people joining from the villages as well today who will also be sharing their stories with you this evening. So I would like to invite there's a tradition of lighting an oil lamp in Sri Lanka when we start something very auspicious. So I invite we have a volunteer from Malawi, Bridget Ulalo Shumba, and Anushka Shamali, who is the Assistant Director of our Sarvodaya Institute of Higher Learning, to light the lamp, and you have to come forward and do it. We are at the river bank, and this hall is a lecture hall by the river bank. So that's why there's a lot of blowing here, and because we are connected to nature. පහන් දල්වලා මේ බණ්ඩාරගම සර්වෝදය උසස් අධ්‍යයන ආයතනයේ අපේ තියෙන ගඟ ළඟ ශාලාවේ දේශන ශාලාවේ මෙම උත්සවය පැවැත්වෙනවා. මෙම සංවාදය පැවැත්වෙනවා. අපේ මලාවි කියන රටෙන් පැමිණි ශ්‍රේෂ්ඨ සේවිකාවක් සහ සර්වෝදය උසස් අධ්‍යයන ආයතනයේ නියෝජ්‍ය අධ්‍යක්ෂිකා අනුෂ්කා ශාමලී මහත්මිය මේ දැන් පහන් දල්වලා අවසන් කරා. In Sarvodaya, we sing songs which have a deeper meaning. At the same time, it has a motivational objective. So we start all our work with what we call the morning awakening song. It is personality awakening song. අපි පෞරුෂෝදය ගීතයට සමන් දීලා සර්වෝදයේ අපි මේ සංවාදය ආරම්භ කරමු.
உங்கள் எல்லாருக்கும் மாலையில் வணக்கம். எங்களுடைய இந்த ஒன் ஹோம் ஜேர்னில இருந்து அந்த ஸ்ரீலங்காவில் இருந்து நாங்கள் ஒரே குடும்பம் மாதிரி அன்றைக்கு இந்த எங்களுடைய சர்வோதய ஹெட் குவார்ட்டர்ஸ்ல அந்த பண்டாரகம எங்களுடைய இன்ஸ்டிடியூட் ஆஃப் ஹையர் லேர்னிங்ல இந்த கடல் கிட்டே வந்து ஒரு பக்கத்துல இருந்துட்டு உங்களுக்கு நாங்கள் பேசிக்கிட்டு இருக்கிறோம். ஆனால் உலகத்திலே உள்ளது எல்லாரும் வந்து ஒரே குடும்பம் மாதிரி ஒரே பக்கத்துக்கு இருந்துக்கிட்டு எங்களுடைய அந்த மனுஷங்களுக்கு வேண்டிய சேவைகள் செய்கிறதுக்கு உலகத்திலே உள்ளது எல்லாரும் ஒரே இடத்துக்கு வந்துட்டு நாங்கள் இப்போ இருக்கிறோம். ஆனால் இந்த கோளுக்கு வந்து உங்களை எல்லாரும் அன்பு அழைக்கிறோம். மிச்சம் நன்றி.
Evrim, now you can play the song.
Navamini se kugoda nagamu
saru karamu
පියෙන් ලොව හදමු සර්වෝදෙන් අපි හැදෙමු පරපන නැසුවෙන් වැළකී සෞදිව් රැකුමට කැපවී
සොරකම් කෙරුමෙන් වැළකී
වනසමු පරපර ඇති නැති කම්මිස හසරින් වැළකී ලෝතුරු සැපයට බර වී
මුසබස් පිඳුමෙන් වැළකී
සබවස පතුරමු හිතදී කීලම් කීදෙන් වැළකී පරස් වදනයෙන් වැළකී
හිමිහිරි වදනින් සැරසී
ඔබ යමු හොඳ ගුණ පිබිදී හිස් වදනින් වැළකී පවසමු සරුබස් තුතිනී
දිවියෙන් වළකිමු කිලිටී
රජයමු ලොම බල දැහැමි නව මිනිසෙකු ගොඩ නගමු
එළදැය සරු කරමු
පියෙන් ලොව හදමු සර්වෝදෙන් අපි හැදෙමු සර්වෝදෙන් අපි හැදෙමු සර්වෝදෙන් අපි හැදෙමු
Welcome each and everybody on the Earth family country called Sri Lanka. And how have we arrived in Sri Lanka? Give me a sign of feeling after listening to these songs, after watching how the light has been lit and how symbolically it was lit by Anushka, who is the head of the Sarvodaya Institute for Higher Learning, and Bridget Ulalo from Malawi, as we are just coming from Africa, have ended season 1 and now fully have arrived in the second season in Asia, in Sri Lanka. And how better than to begin this with our partner, our friend, Sarvodaya. Vinya, this was an extraordinary week of the one home journey, landing in this pearl of the ocean, in the Sri Lankan island. And we are coming out of an extraordinary week of deep immersion in social innovation in Sri Lanka across the country. This country immersion has been unique. You may ask, we are sitting here in the heart of Sarvodaya, and we have particular focus on Sarvodaya, but Sarvodaya is much more than a single organization. Sarvodaya is a web that spans over the entire island of Sri Lanka, is encompassing about 15,000 villages in more intensive or less intensive way, but is on the way of building a new society based in a profound new philosophy and a new economic model based in an equally profound philosophy about which we are going to learn quite a bit. We have graduated, friends. The One Home journey from moving country to country has landed fully in the One Home University space. This week, was a profound experience of being literally in an open university of learning, village to village and workshop to workshop and also on this spectacular campus here in Bandaragama, half an hour from Colombo, to be in a field of future building, a sensational field of future building that each and every one of you is invited to experience when the winds carry you to Sri Lanka. But I want us to feel and to get into the energy that we are here in the heart of the One Home University. And this week was also a celebration of the power of partnership. We've been working with Sarvodaya, as you know, for many, many years. Sarvodaya is one of the foundational homes for humanity from the very beginning. Dr. Vinaya Ariyaratna has been countless times actually at the original Home for Humanity. And this partnership in building an integrated approach to development economy has provided the foundation for an extraordinary week. And what we are going to do in this country call, we're taking you collectively here on a journey. And this journey will land you first in this future building campus, the Sarvodaya Institute for Higher Learning. And we are going to explore what such a campus is looking like that is serving as an engine for transformation for Sarvodaya as a whole, if not for the country. And then we are going to experience how villages build integrated village development models. And we are going to have excursions here live on the screen in exploring these two villages. One, we are going to visit online as we are traveling to Puttalam in Talvila. The other one has come to Bandaragama. And perhaps we can just show how here in this campus, a whole village economy is presenting itself with some of its organic, nature-based products. And while the light is still on and before the sun sets, perhaps you can see our regenerative economic and after the village excursions, we are going to meet women from Sri Lanka, change agents here from Sri Lanka, women at the forefront, and youth leaders coming together, all of them under the larger community called Sarvodaya. And just to repeat, because maybe it has slipped our shared attention, Sarvodaya means the awakening of all. The awakening of all. And that is what is happening right here. Welcome, everyone. And this is the Dr. Vinaya Ariyaratna, the Manu Tisera, the Anushka Shamila, and dear Dammit, the Executive Director of Swabhawa. Please tell us of the vision of Sarvodaya Institute for Higher Learning, the transformative education you are driving, how it fits into Sarvodaya as a whole, as an engine for transformation, and how its unique approach to economy and society is expressed.
Alexander, again, Ayubovan, which means may you live long, and Vanakkam in Tamil language. And we are sitting here at the Sarvodaya Institute of Higher Learning. As Alexander said, Sarvodaya means awakening of all through sharing of your time, labor, compassion, everything, which is called Shramadana. And in 1958, a group of high school students led by some visionary teachers, which included the founder of the Sarvodaya movement, Dr. T Ariyaratna, went to a village which was at that time ostracized due to the caste system that prevailed in Sri Lanka. In 1958, that is 10 years after Sri Lanka got independence from the British. And this was an experience for the students to see the reality of the village, Kanatolua, that's the first village of Sarvodaya. And the first decade, thousands of students and volunteers went from village to village, serving the communities at the same time, learning from the community. So that was the beginning of Sarvodaya. So Sarvodaya's beginning itself was educational, learning from the ground. And then Sarvodaya entered into the various fields in which it was fulfilling the basic needs of people, from road access to water, sanitation, healthcare, preschool education, and so on. So education became an integral part of what we call development education, education for transformation. So there were many courses that were developed, which were always experiential learning, co-creation. And when Sarvodaya celebrated its 50th anniversary in 2008, we realized that the nature of our educational approach or learning approach should be at another level. So we decided to set up a separate institute to coordinate and also further develop the educational or learning concepts of Sarvodaya that we have gathered for over 50 years. So that was the beginning of the Sarvodaya Institute of Higher Learning in 2008, the 50th anniversary, when we celebrated the 50th anniversary. මම මේ අපේ ජාත්‍යන්තර සමාජිකයින්ට පහදලා දුන්නේ සර්වෝදේ ආරම්භයත් අධ්‍යාපනික ක්‍රියාදාමයක්. ඊට පස්සේ අවුරුදු 50කට පස්සේ සර්වෝදය උසස් අධ්‍යයන ආයතනය බිහි වුණා. Then this campus where we are sitting is the main campus of the Sarvodaya Institute of Higher Learning. But we don't believe that learning has to be in an institution. We believe that every community in Sri Lanka is a learning institute and a learning laboratory. And there has to be learning from each other, learning from nature. And also we contribute something in the learning process to fulfill a need in the community or to transform that community. And also through our compassion, we go through a spiritual transformation. And today, this campus is linked to many educational programs. We have residential facilities here, and also we have connected the main campus to another about 12 regional educational institutes. So we keep on building on this, and there are also overseas students who come and stay here and also learn from the environment. And today, this is a ecological campus where every tree is named, and there is a QR code from which you can learn what that particular plant represents. So it's I'm just summarizing what Sarvodaya Institute of Higher Learning is doing, and I invite my colleague Ms. Shamali, Anushka Shamali, to give you a basic idea of our purpose and what is happening here. Anushka, over to you.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Sarvodaya Institute of Higher Learning, as explained so far, is situated, the main campus is situated in a serene riverbank called Bandaravama in Colombo. So here we are focusing on transformative learning through experiential learning within holistic approach. So we cover all the areas that you are combined with nature, ecology, the spirituality, or any other things that we come across in our lives. So our expectation is that as a community or as a country, we have a lot of innovation, or we have a lot of knowledge, maybe coming from our previous generations, embedded with us, so within ourselves. So we want to share that with the community, with locally or globally. So Sarvodaya Institute of Higher Learning is where we are collecting those knowledge and trying to sharing the community, Sri Lanka, globally as well. So recently we have launched Alok Academy, which is the arm, or which is the place where we take this kind of experiential learning to the community. So I think so far we have built it up with all the collaborations and support from the community within the Sarvodaya philosophy, So it's a long way for us to go, which we all believe that co-creation and working together with partnerships through cutting-edge research. So we are, as a whole, very much thankful for Professor Alexander and Dr. Ramamani, and also for Home for Humanity. And we are much interested, and already we had discussions of working together for the One Home University, where we can present or we can give our Sri Lankan knowledge, the knowledge that we have within the community, to share it within the world. So thank you very much.
Thank you, dear Anushka, and I would like everyone to know today is Anushka's birthday, and in fact, it's her profession giving birth here to new forms of leadership, to new education, and to a new society. Thank you, Anushka, and thank you for making the bridge to the One Home University, which we are actively pursuing here on the ground and internationally. And I'm just inviting everyone also, as we are exploring together, use the chat, share your opinion, give reflections, and if you can, if your bandwidth allows, open your video so we can see each other also. I'm handing over to Mr. Damit, who is Executive Director, and share with us how this educational vision, this SIHL, Sarvodaya Institute for Higher Learning, is carrying, is actually an engine for the work that Sarvodaya as a whole is doing in the country.
Yes, of course. Good evening to all of you again, and thank you very much, Professor Alexander, for giving this opportunity. So first of all, we should state that Sarvodaya is a unique concept that has been introduced to the country as well as to the world, where all the communities are being transformed into the next level to have a sustainable future. So this is based on our development processes called I mentioned
Okay.
yes. So it has been able to develop and establish different internal and external units to execute, that many activities in the villages through these 6 dimensions. So the SIHL plays a key role where the success stories and the lesson learned to take and research and to integrate and to come out with a new unique model where even to our country community, even to global community to use in a different way to achieve our ultimate objective called self-reliant and self-ruling model. So this is very unique, and even we are giving our priority to the spiritual, then we are promoting the moral, then cultural, then social. Based on that, we develop the social, economic, and political dimensions through our community. So to do all these things, we must have proper education system to the community, this co-learning space, because when you get our smallest unit called Sarvodaya Society, we are now 2 of the societies are representing in this forum also, one in physical and other one is in virtual. So when you take the virtual, our the Sarvodaya Society, where they have joined Talbila. So that is the best example where our Sarvodaya community development model that has been proven at the grassroots level. So that sort of things could be replicated into other villages across the country. So far, we have reached more than 15,000 villages in different humanitarian services that has been experimented and researched by many of the global level researchers and the university students to take that visions into the world. So that sort of things are there with our SIHL. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, dear Damit. And you spoke about the ultimate objective of creating self-reliant and self-governing communities in Sri Lanka. Yes. At the heart of this, dear Manu Tisera, who sits next to me, and who is the head of the Artha Dharma Secretariat within Sarvodaya, is an approach called Artha Dharma, a new approach to economic and societal renewal. What is Artha Dharma?
Hi, everyone, and good afternoon, good evening to all of you. Good morning, maybe from various parts of the world. Hello, Rama. Hi. So, as Professor Alexander was saying, Artha Dharma, as envisioned by Sarvodaya, is an integrated development approach that through which we reimagine a new Sri Lanka, a new world order. The heart of Artha Dharma is, we call it 3 pillars of transformation, which is at the societal level, society, then economy, and then governance. So we believe that it's a culmination of these 3 pillars that would drive into holistic and inclusive development and sustainable development. So Artha means economy in Sanskrit and in Sri Lanka, in Sinhala, and Dharma means value. So at the core of Artha Dharma is value-based economic growth. But in 2023, when Sri Lanka was going through an economy, social, and a political deterioration, Sarvodaya was kind of relooking at an integrated model based on Sarvodaya's 65 years of growth, achievements, and lessons learned. So we came up with this, we came up with Artha Dharma, economy at the core, but also looking at development cannot be achieved, as I think Professor Alexander was saying before, cannot be achieved only through economic means or economic well-being, but it has to be through the support of and contribution of the society and through the structural changes brought in by the political and the governance reforms. So at the heart of Artha Dharma is a value-based transformation we look at. So everything we change or transform should be within a value framework. So that is what we want to take. So answering to the question Alexander was asking, we have gone into, now you will see later, there are 2 villages represented here, one from the northwest and one from the north central of Sri Lanka. And they are their representatives here online and in person. And we have modeled this concept, which is at a philosophy level, but we modeled that concept on the ground. And Alexander was very much on the ground with people, talking to people, and he saw how this integration had worked. And it's a model village, so we are working in progress. So our contribution and linkage with SIHL or Sarvodaya Institute of Higher Learning is to provide that core learning, the empirical evidence at the ground, where SIHL can become the media of translating or infusing these stories, the changes from the ground to the learning academy, to the different faculties, to the knowledge base that they want to create. So, so we have currently 32 model villages we are working in Sri Lanka through the 25 district offices. And there's a beautiful place, I think Professor Alexander will tell you more when he returns. It's called a social hub at the moment, where it culminates all of these elements. People come together, they talk together, they produce things that you saw a little while ago, and make the marketplaces, so that becomes the hub that unites everyone, and that becomes a home for humanity in the community. So with that, I will end up, and thank you so much for the opportunity to explain.
Thank you so much, Manu, and everyone from Sarvodaya. And please take a moment also, if you want, and express what you are hearing and reflect back to us your, not just thoughts, but perhaps also feelings in relation to what is coming up. So a powerful philosophy deeply rooted in culture, an educational practice and educational processes and action research supporting it, model villages around the country practicing it, and a profound new theory of economy and society building it. And that is where Sarvodaya stands, and we're going to unfold this this field in this hour together, in this hour and a half together that we are having. But we are coming to a moment where we want also to acknowledge the extraordinary work that Sarvodaya Institute for Higher Learning is doing on a national level. And I'm calling upon our co-chair, Dr. Youssef Mahmoud, who is calling in from Tunisia, to honor our friends, colleagues, co-creators here on the ground, Sarvodaya Institute for Higher Learning, as an exemplary home for humanity, but also as an exemplary one home university campus. And Evren, if you could spotlight, please, Dr. Youssef Mahmoud, and then also put the award on the screen for all of us to see, that would be beautiful.
Yes, sure. Here we go.
Thank you. Yusuf, we are ready to go. If you can hear us, and we can't yet hear you.
I can indeed. I am so in awe of what I have heard. Maybe I can make a brief comments before I read this beautifully, richly deserved certificate. This is really an exemplar, what we have heard, that this Institute of Higher Learning is really creating a thread of consciousness in Sri Lanka that could be duplicated and learned from. It could be one step towards a global tapestry of UNIVEARTHSITY initiatives, where the learning is from inside out and outside in. It's where the learning starts from the future. I liked how it was said that we want to imagine a new world order and then come back to the present and use learning as a way of realizing that vision of a future, a vision of a new world order that is not wedded to the separation between the self and the community and nature. Hence the importance that you have been giving to integrity and integrality, and where you bring out the invisible metaphysical aspects of leadership, the components of leadership. So truly, congratulations. I am honored to listen to this, and I am blessed to be a witness of what my brother Nenya and his colleagues have initiated. It's really a model of bridging what we are living in, which is crumbling before our eyes, and what needs to be birthed, what needs to be born. And you're using the education as the stepping stone for that liminal transition, that crossing of the threshold from a world that no longer serves us to a world that we all want. A world where so many knowledges are finally brought to bear, values are finally brought to bear, wisdoms that have been othered and brought back. And so I like this value-based economy, value-based education. Education, as you know, is one of those rare human endeavors that prepares you for the future. And you are preparing the learners for a different kind of future from the one that has been dictated to many of us in the global, so to speak, South. So truly congratulations. And it's in my honor, therefore, to read this beautiful certificate that is in front of me. So Sarvodaya Institute for Higher Learning in Bandaragama, Sri Lanka, is herewith honored and recognized as an exemplary home for humanity. As an exemplary home for humanity, one home, UNIVEARTHSITY campus, for your outstanding contributions to transformative education in service of the personal, community, societal, and global awakening. It's awarded on this day, the 11th of January, 2025. Signed by Alexander Schiffer, by Dr. Rama Mani, and my esteemed co-chair, Jean Houston, and your humble servant. Thank you again for showing us what liminal leadership in education looks like. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We are humbled, and we accept this certificate with deep appreciation, and we will further commit to the course to which we all have committed ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I noticed that one of the most esteemed journalists of Sri Lanka has joined us, Ms. Sonali Vaniga-Baduga from the Capital Maharaja Group, MTV. And she has been with us actually from the very beginning of this week, also with her team, accompanying a little bit what the One Home journey in Sri Lanka, but is also a connoisseur, knows Sarvodaya since long time very well. Sonali, welcome, and it's great to have you with us here. Would love to hear a word from your side in relation to what you just witnessed and what is unfolding here in front of our eyes at Sarvodaya. Welcome.
Thank you, Professor Alexander, and welcome to Dr. Rama, Dr. T Ariyaratna, and the team at Sarvodaya, and everyone, all the co-creators joining in. It has been such a beautiful experience to see the sheer magic and synergy of the work between these initiatives, the One Home journey taking place in Sri Lanka alongside Sarvodaya and its team. I was fortunate to sit in at the roundtable discussion to see again these beautiful transformative ideas from across the table coming together. And I also had the opportunity to interview Professor Alexander Schiffer, where we spoke about many things. And I'd like to share a few of what we discussed: the importance of a gifting economy, a gifting philosophy as a new form of economic engagement, the collective responsibility that all of us have to reshape development, not just be limited to one dominant knowledge narrative or discourse that is usually rooted in colonialism. So breaking out of all of that, deconstructing existing structures as we know it that harm humanity, and the importance of working on building tools, processes, practices that are inclusive. We also discussed the power of working collectively to integrate an increasingly fragmented world, how we can, alongside cultural richness that we find from around the world. A journey like this, a lofty journey like this, requires co-creators to come together with richness of their culture, richness of their art, richness of their educations. So what kind of synergistic value, synergistic impact that it can have to create, to co-create a joyous earth for us all. So I'm looking forward to sharing the YouTube link to that interview. And for those watching us from Sri Lanka, the timings, it'll be broadcast and showcased on national TV next Friday night. So I'm looking forward to doing that as well. Thank you everyone for the opportunity.
Thank you, Sonali, for joining us and also sharing your deep reflections on how you see the journey and the transformation on the ground happening. Are we ready to travel, friends, northwards into the Anuradhapura district, to a little village called, and I really have to practice my Singhala again and again, Veheregala in Rajan Gayana. Gaya. And I have been there, but it's a challenge. It has been an incredible journey. And before we are meeting the people from this village, we take you through a short video into that space and its culture and natural richness. So the video called Ayubovam, May You Live Long. Dear Avram, this is the moment.
principle is so we can keep our inner mind in peacefully. So when we are be a peaceful person, so that time we can respect to the every kind of people, every kind of religions, every kind of nature, every kind of animals, everything. So that is the main core of the Sarvodaya. So actually we are trying to implement with the kids how we are teaching to them how we treat to the nature, we treat to the each other, how to respect the each other.
එක පැත්තට වැඩි වෙන්න ගත්තොත් මේ පේපරේ ගණන්තය එක පැත්තට බලනවා.
I guess you got a feeling for the university that Sarvodaya represents in the field, and it's a great pleasure. We are having today the gentleman that you saw already in the video the district manager of Sarvodaya of the Anuradhapura district, Mr. Iranda Subasinghe, with us. Iranda, share a little bit with us also on behalf of many of the villagers that have come with you today. What is happening in your village from preschool to entrepreneurship?
Right.
What kind of approach are you pursuing in practice?
Hello, good evening, everyone. So it's a great pleasure for me to be here with our Veheragala community members, and I will explain our experience on behalf of them to what happened, what is happening in Veheragala village in Sri Lanka. First of all, I will explain about the village. So this village is located in North Central Province, in Rajangane Divisional Secretariat. So village name is Veheragala, tract 14 village. So it's a very beautiful village, but a bit remote area. From here to there, it will take 250 kilometers away from here. So the 350 families are living in that village, and all farmers, farming communities are living there. So yeah, so actually I think now you got a lot of things about the Artha Dharma program. So in that village, we wanted to form Artha Dharma social hub, because within the society, because as you know, in our country, so we are facing transforming situation in this era. So actually under this Artha Dharma vision, great visions, so we thought to give integrated development process within the society to form through the Artha Dharma program. So according to that, we wanted to form Artha Dharma hub. Within the Artha Dharma hub, we are planning to give some solution for the community problems, what we identified from the communities. First of all, after forming that social hub, we did a village mapping within the community. So to identify what are the major burning issues they are facing in their village people. So we did and identified a lot of issues, burning issues, social, economic, and problems. So then we made a prioritized list. So first what we are going to first, and second and third likewise. So we did a prioritized list, and we identified with the identified issues. So then we started to give some solutions to them, discuss with their villagers, and you know, this is the integrated approach with the outside expertise who are supporting to the community. Together, we implemented some programs and some activities to give some solution for the villagers. As example, these days we are having some problem with our farmers. They have a surplus of the banana harvest in the village. So with the surplus, we don't have good price for them. So for that solution, we discussed with the community and some government resource persons to give the solution for that. We implemented one of program to banana value addition production program. So I think that day professor had visit there to see how they doing that in that village. So we teach them how to did some making some banana value addition productions. So and likewise we plan to identify their major problems they are facing within the community to give solution for the through the social hub. The social hub is the mainly people regularly gathered there and discuss with the issues, identify the issues, and they are asking to get some solution for that with the Sarvodaya district center and with the government officers who are participating to that discussion with the communities. So we are trying to give a good solution for the village people for their burning issues. And also one of our major productions here, you can see some handmade paper productions, which is mainly we saw some issues they are having around us, like invasive plants is the major problem of their farmland. So they by using that grass, so they making handmade papers for to earn some money. So that wise, I said you, we are doing a great job within the community with the social hub. Thank you so much.
So and maybe we could just show once the villagers that have come a long way to be with us here tonight, and if you just raise your hands, everyone who is from the community. From school teachers to entrepreneurs to social workers, integrating these great social hubs that brings all these governance functions of the village together in a unique way, as I haven't seen it before. And it's truly, and I want to remind us that in Africa, we made this discovery of the power of ecosystems, innovation ecosystems operating on a local or regional level together across constituencies in order to drive innovation in communities. And Sarvodaya integrated role villages, they're exactly doing that. They're exactly doing this. And for this, we would like to spend a moment to honor these ecosystemic innovation work for the well-being of community to this beautiful village that has been working together along these lines for so long. And I'm calling again on our co-chair, Dr. Yusuf Mahmood, to bestow the Home for Humanity Ecosystem Award to this beautiful community.
Perhaps, dear Dr. Yusuf Mahmood, if you just speak to the community and the ecosystem, and I can read the award. Would you like to first, as you did with the SIHL, just say a few words to the community that is the model village that is being honored with this ecosystem award, the Viheragala village, which is practicing the Artha Dharma economy? And
I am equally amazed and impressed about the co-leadership potential of communities. They are equally playing an important role in driving this initiative. It's, as we all know, change, yes, comes from the top, but it's transformation and transformative change historically tends to come from the bottom up and from inside out. And it's wonderful to see this practical example of how the community not only have integrated this transformative approach, but also co-leading it. So congratulations. And I can see the certificate better. And it would be my privilege, unless you want to take it on, Rama.
Please, it would be an honor if you would do so. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Track 14, Viheragala, it disappeared again. Here we are. We had a Ghana village in Rajanganaya. Please forgive the way I have been reading. A Sarvodaya Shramadana Society is herewith honored and recognized as an exemplary home for humanity ecosystem, for being a role model for integrated development, interconnecting ecosystemically diverse actors of community for the well-being of all, from preschool to social hub, to community-based enterprises, and many other community constituencies. Awarded at Bandaragma, Sri Lanka, on Saturday, 11th January 2025. Signed by Professor Alexander Schiffer, Dr. Rama Mani, Professor Jean Houston, and your humble servant, Yusuf Mahmood. Congratulations, and we are honored to be witness and admirer of this wonderful initiative at the community level. Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear Dr. Yusuf Mahmood. And yes, we are going back, and perhaps we could spotlight the community for a moment as we are handing over the award locally. Yes, here we are. And maybe we could, that is beautiful. We do it. Slides. Vinya, if you could join me. Perhaps you could just introduce the names of everyone. So we just come just to introduce the names of everyone.
He's Miss Dasanta. And she's Mrs. Somalata Disanaga, who is the Deputy District Manager. And she's Mrs. Dalsey, who is the Chief Teacher of our preschool, Sarvodaya Preschool. And she's Mrs. Lalita, who is a manager of Sarvodaya Bank, Village Bank. Then he's one of our manager and Sarvodaya employer, Mr. Samantha. And also here our Arthadharma coordinating officer, Tarindun Wanja Silva.
So a warm congratulatory hug I almost want to say to all of you, and please express to the entire village our appreciation for the incredible work you are doing on the ground.
Alexander, you get closer.
Oh, we want to express our gratitude. They've come, I think, 4 to 5 hours drive to be with us here on this call. Village. The little village economy for a moment, because these are the products, some of the products which are created in organic, regenerative style, creating community employment in locally appropriate technology manner, using local material.
හැමෝටම ස්තුතිවන්ත වෙනවා කියනවා මේ දැන් දුරේ ඉඳලා ඇවිල්ලා මේ අවස්ථාවට සහභාගී පිළිබඳව පැය 4-5ක්
it takes 5 hours.
Yeah.
So probably after
Yeah.
we can release the numbers.
Yes. Yes. So we said we take you when you're about 2.5 hours north from Colombo to the district of Puttalam in the model village of Talvila. And perhaps we can have our young friend Dinesh. We have one of the youth leaders who is joining us, who is coming from Talvila to be with us here. But we also have the president of the Sarvodaya Shramadana Society in Talvila with us. And dear Ibrahim, if you could spotlight Mr. Nimal Marasinghe, whom we have with us. So we tune right into this beautiful village on the shore of the ocean.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening,
You can
Mr.
hear me?
Just a short moment, we have you soon spotlighted. Oh, and we see you seated in the Sarvodaya Shramadana Society. Welcome to you. And please share with us what is happening since decades also under your leadership with your team in Talvila, in the village society that has been created.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. You can hear me now?
Yes, very well.
Hear me. Thank you. And I am Nimal Marasinghe, the president of the Talvila Pibidena Sarvodaya Society. Today, I'm very happy to join with you and your team. Thank you so much. Give me an opportunity to join with you. Now, I am trying to tell something about our society. Talvila Pibidena Sarvodaya Society. We started at 1999, 25 years ago. We started only 15 members. Only 15 members we started our society. But gradually, we can go into the people, talk with people, ask to them come to our activities, then they believe us and we can improve our members 5,000 today. Can you hear me? Oh?
Very well. We hear you very well.
Yes.
Yeah,
We can hear. Mr. Marasinghe, please continue. Okay.
Thank you. After 25 years, we worked hard as a social hub, social stage for the people to come, work together, and learning from each other. We're doing very well economy, social activities in our area. Within 10 villages, 5,000 members are today with us. Then we are doing many works to improve their life standards, education, economics, social, and other areas. Then the people believe us because we gave them very prosperous life today, because the society can do everything to improve their lifestyle. Their the students, the schools, temples, church, preschools, health centers in our area. We can help to give their service very well to our people. Otherwise, the government servants can get together and their duty do very well for the people in our centers. We have give them to facilities to serve the people. And the children in our village, students in our village, we help them to doing their studies, their education facilities, and university students also, we give all the facilities to go ahead to their education level. Now we are working with a large amount of members, and we try to the other villages in Puttalam district, other villages also, we can help and we can share our experience. We can support them to improve their societies also, like Talvila and our society model. Then as a social hub, we could give the people large opportunities to improve their all the activities in economy, social, or the other sides. So thank you very much for Mr. Professor Alexander. You came here and discussed with us, with our team. You see our activities and our facilities and other things. Thank you so much, Professor Alexander, Dr. Vinya, all of you. Thank you so much to ask me and give an opportunity to talk with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mr. Marasinghe, the president of the Talvila Sarvodaya Shramadana Society, and for making yourself available today to share with us what is happening, the work you're doing with your team in the community. We have one of the youth leaders here live next to us, which is Mr. Dinesh. And Dinesh, would you like to add a couple of words of what you as a young person experience in Talvila? Is the community, the village, the future?
තරුණ ප්‍රජාව වශයෙන් අපි තල්විල සර්වෝදය සමග පුත්තලම් දිස්ත්‍රික්කයේ පුරාවටම වැඩසටහන් ගණනාවක් සංවිධානය කරලා තියෙනවා, සංවිධානය කෙරුවා. මේ වෙනකොට අපි එයාලගේ සමාජීය මට්ටමත්, ආර්ථික මට්ටමත්, අධ්‍යාත්මික මට්ටමත් ගොඩනගාලන්න අපි විශාල සමාජීය වැඩ කර්තව්‍යයක් අපි මේ වෙනකොට පුත්තලම් දිස්ත්‍රික්කයේ පුරාම තල්විල සර්වෝදය මුල් කරගෙන සමිතිය මුල් කරගෙන අපි සංවිධානය කරලා තියෙනවා.
Yes, yeah, because they, as the Puttalama district center, many of the from the youth to develop the community across the districts and with under many, dimensions. So that's how he briefed about the activities, because they do a lot of youth empowerment, because that is considered as the main point here, because the future is the youth, so they have to be transformed with our philosophy. So that's how.
then තව ඉස්සරහට අපි plan කරලා තියෙනවා. දැන් අපි මේ යන්නේ විශ්වීය ගමනක්. එතකොට අපේ ડોક્ટર ඇලෙක්සැන්ඩර් මහත්මයාත් එක්ක අපි ලොකු ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එකක් කරන්න ගමනක් යන්න අපිට පුළුවන්කම තියෙනවා. අපි දැන් අපි මේනෝට දේශෝදය විදියට ලංකාව පුරා එක්ක වෙලා ඉන්නවා වගේම විශ්වෝදය තුලින් අපිට අපේ ඇලෙක්සැන්ඩර් මහත්මයාත් සමග ඉදිරියට යන්න තරුණ ප්‍රජාවක් වශයෙන් ඉදිරියට යන්න අපිට කටයුතු කරන්න පුළුවන්.
Yes. So what Mr. Dinesh is telling, so they're expecting to go with, I mean, the joint journey with Professor Alexander. So normally we have a local movement called Deshodaya, that is awakening of the nation. So likewise, so they are confident to go a global awakening journey with Professor Alexander. So that's what he says.
Thank you very much, Dinesh. And with that, we want to appreciate jointly the efforts and the work that has been done in the community on the ground. And again, I would like to invite now Dr. Yusuf Mahmood, but together with Dr. Daud Shumba Taranike from Zimbabwe, and also Rufen Kungwa from Congo originally, now from the Nakivale refugee settlement in Uganda. Both of them have been innovators in building community ecosystems for the benefit of their communities. Even if you could spotlight Dr. Yusuf Mahmood and Dr. Daud Taranike and Rufen Kungwa from Uganda, if he's still on the line. I know many are fighting also with internet connection. If not, we are putting the certificate maybe back on screen and try our luck, dear Yusuf, that it is readable, and would like to invite you as our co-chair to hand over the award. Dear Yusuf, is it readable on your side?
Not yet.
Oops. Or in that case, if I, Yusuf, if you would like to speak briefly to the community, and perhaps Rama, you could read out the award as we are handing it over here locally, and Dinesh, bring it back to Talvila.
I am impressed by the contribution of Mr. Marasinghe. What an impressive evolution where they started and where they have reached. And the mantra, the basic message is serve the people. That is what governance is all about. Not self-serving, it's serve the people, meet their needs, and they will rise up to the challenge and co-lead their destiny and create the conditions for their dignity. When you give the people, as he said, the right opportunity to improve their lives, I'm quoting him, then people will measure up to that challenge and be co-leaders of their destiny. And I like what Mr. Dinesh said about the youth. The youth are the custodians of the future. And so investing in their co-leadership at this stage is critical for the success of this unbelievable local societal initiative that we have heard about. Thank you again for bringing us to your world and sharing with us this unbelievable initiatives from the bottom up. Thank you.
So, thank you so much, Dr. Yusuf Mahmood. And I see Dr. Daud Taranike from Zimbabwe is now with us, as well as Rufen Kungwa from the Nakivale refugee settlement. Daud, you are one of the innovators of innovation ecosystems on the ground, on a societal level. Share with us your impressions, and then straight thereafter, dear Rufen, on your side, a brief reflection on what you witness here on the ground and how can we connect it into the larger community.
Thank you very much, my brother Alexander, and thank you, Rama. I know you are actively involved, although you are remotely present today. And thank you to Dr. Vinya and also SIHL for this incredible event which we have just witnessed today. And for me, it gives me tremendous pleasure to see such remarkable achievements in terms of transformation. And I am so enthused and excited with the way what we are witnessing today is resonating with what has happened here. What makes me more excited is at the Earth Family Call in Zimbabwe on the 28th of September last year, I symbolically handed over the baton to Dr. Vinya after the Zimbabwe leg of the Earth Week. And I'm so, so humbled and also feel greatly honored that I'm present today to see the great milestones and achievements which Sarvodaya and Dr. Vinya and the team have achieved and are doing on the ground. What makes me more exciting is the fact that what my brother Yusuf Mahmoud has mentioned, the power of working with those on the grassroots in the transformation process, leading the transformation process, being part of the transformation process. I think this is remarkable. And we can't see and say anything that is better than that if we're going to see real transformation that changes life. What also resonates with me and representing my colleagues in our ecosystem here is that the power of bringing transformative education, the power of bringing the capacity and the potential of communities, particularly the villages and the villages, and also the power of the integrated development approach is just immense and immeasurable with what we have seen. I come from a background where collaboration from our ecosystem has taught us that it is so imperative to work together. And we see here in Zimbabwe, we work with primarily two universities, the Great Zimbabwe University, which is a university focused on heritage-based transformative education, and the Catholic University of Zimbabwe, which also is involved in the transformative human, total human, including spiritual development and transformation, and the integral Kumusha. And Kumusha is a local word for household. And this is like in the village, our homes in the village. And the integral Kumusha representing an integral rural enterprise, transforming people's lives from poverty to prosperity, changing the narrative from making profit to profiting the community, changing the current order of capitalism, individualism to inclusivity sharing, oneness, and the focus on the well-being of everyone. And with an intergenerational thinking, always putting the future in our planning and execution. And I'm so happy because today that is what I have seen. Professor Alexander, thank you for arranging for this call and for the work that you're doing with the One Home journey. And this is so transformational. And if I would mention my 4 key takeaways are the power of transformative education, the power of integrated village development, the power of inclusivity, bringing the women and the youth in the loop, and the purpose of an economy of well-being. This resonates with our theme in Zimbabwe, which is to create a regenerative local economy for the wellness of humanity in harmony with nature. I'd like to thank you. I am so humbled and thrilled with what we have witnessed today. And this is very, very remarkable. And also to congratulate once again Dr. Vinya, SILH, and the villages, the 2 villages that have been recognized, and the other villages, although not officially recognized, but that you're working with. This is transformative and changing the future and bringing the future into the present. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dautaranike from Zimbabwe. And we are already plotting, so to say, how can we bring these ecosystems of innovation across borders into resonance, into co-creation. And just briefly handing over to our dear friend and ecosystem innovator, Rufen Kungwa, in the Nakivale refugee settlement in Uganda. A line from your side, dear Rufen.
Yes, thank you so much. I believe everyone is doing well as we are trying to build something great which will help even the world and also bring on the table something great to share with others who are not even participating in what we are doing today. So I can say that this co-creation is something that resonates well into our minds as we bring everyone on the board and focusing also on education and how people are learning. I consider this as a phase of transformation and transition from elders to young generations as we consider to invest much into education. And I always say that whoever invests something in education, it means that person doesn't want to die with their knowledge. So they want to share with others so that those ones who are coming behind them will be also able to transmit the same information to others. And this will be something great. And whenever I see great people and professors and doctors and everyone, different people coming from different backgrounds, I consider this this co-creation as a springboard where even young people will be learning more and fetching great things from this this opportunity. And I can also share something that goes directly with the ecosystem that we are building, we are making as we bring different organizations like here in Nakivale. I lead Full Circle Learning Uganda, and this is an organization that puts children or young people in the front of everything, at the center of everything, and trying to bring all the tools, all the knowledge that they need. So in order to give them the great luggage and so that they can reach to what they are planning and consider them as leaders and community change agents. And this goes directly to what our brothers are doing their side. I can consider also Sarvodaya and the old villages who are brought together so that they can reach to a specific goal that they want to see and the change that they want to see in the community. So the co-creation is not only limited to online, but even on the ground is being seen as people are coming and also bring their thoughts, and they believe that what we are bringing today cannot even change cannot only change the life of one person, but it will change the whole community, and it will also come out from one community to another, and the whole world will also benefit from it. So congratulations to those who were awarded today, and I can say again, big up and cheers to the initiator of this idea and who tried to share with others so that the idea can also become big enough. Thank you so much.
Yes, maybe on my side, I just want to say thank you again. I'm reminding everyone that we are refugees, and having this opportunity of coming to such a very big family, to me, I'm considering it as a bigger opportunity that people like me can really get. And I'm not standing here for myself, but I'm only standing here with that very status of being a refugee and advocating for my fellows who are really thirsty of knowledge, but they don't have such platform where they are acknowledging the small activities that they are doing in their communities to change their own lives and to change their fellows' life. So I just want to really remind that these refugees that maybe you've heard of them, they have potentials, they have skills, they have different capabilities that they can also bring on the table to change this world. And of course, the reason and the motivation of me being here reflects very much of what happened to me. And I never wanted it to really defeat me, but I'm here to really learn and make sure that I contribute to the change that I want to see in the world and make the world a better place for everyone to live in. So it's such a pleasure to be here, and thank you for having us. Greetings from Nachi Valley.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you,
This was,
Roger.
yeah, that was so beautiful to see our two brothers, our sons in Nakivale, and so touching. And may I speak on all our behalf, how here the generations, but also across borders, how we are coming together, how we are building the future. You have two new brothers now in Uganda. Did you feel that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Feel it. Yeah. And in this energy, we want, Dinesh, you are the one to bring the recognition back now to your community. And just want to congratulate you. If you could just maybe Dinesh, you could just come together for a moment. Just briefly, so that we are sharing this moment together for the Talvila village community and Sarvodaya Shramadana society. Congratulations on behalf of your entire community. And we welcome you and the community into this family of change makers across borders, in particular the young people coming together, co-creating. Friends, we are aware we are stretching a bit, time flies because so much is happening. We have two jewels which we need to share. We need to meet the Sarvodaya women's movement, and we need to meet the youth movement. It will be brief, but it will be rich. That is what I can promise. And we zoom in now. Now we are going back into Moratua near Colombo, and we are meeting the Sarvodaya women's movement. And before we are meeting briefly the president of that movement, Evrim, tune us in with a little video on what has happened here in co-creation with the women's movement.
Happy to see more empowered women. Understanding about the women's viewpoints and creating the society to empower the women in the all sectors. කාන්තාවෝ විවිධ ක්ෂේත්‍රවල ඉන්න කාන්තාවන්ගේ කැමැත්ත සහ ඔවුන්ගේ හැකියාව කුමක්ද කියන එක අවබෝධ කර ගැනීම සහ ඒ හරහා ඔවුන්ව සවිබල ගැනීම තමයි අරමුණ.
ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ විතරක් නෙවෙයි අනිත් රටවල අයටත් අපිට පුළුවන් විදිහට ව්‍යවසායකත්වයේ වැඩි දියුණු කරන්න අවස්ථාව ලැබෙනවා නම් හොඳයි කියලා.
Not just in Sri Lanka, but in other countries as well, if we could help build entrepreneurship, that would be a really good thing that she wishes.
I believe that education is the key of humanity, where we learn everything from our home. So my expectation is, as human beings, we all should pay attention to have a quality home environment where we all build up all the good qualities in the world.
මම විශ්වාස කරනවා අධ්‍යාපනය කියන්නේ හැම මානසික ගුණාංගයකම මූලික අධ්‍යයනය කියලා. ඒ නිසා ඒක ගෙදරින් පටන් ගන්න ඕනේ. ඒ ගෙදර වටපිටාව හොඳ ආධ්‍යාත්මික සහ හැම ක්වොලිටි එකක්ම ගුණාංගයක්ම තියෙන පරිසරයක් බවට පත් වෙන්න කියලා මම විශ්වාස කරනවා.
Thank you, Evrim. Could you feel the energy in this women's workshop? Any impressions, any gestures? Udesh, I know you would have loved to be there. You've been with us in spirit this week. Udesh Fernando, the former director of Sarvodaya Institute for Higher Learning and now on the board of of SIHL. We have the president of the Sarvodaya Women's Movement, whom you met already in the video, Menu de Silva, with us. Menu, join us for a moment here on our Sri Lankan planetary local global stage and just tune us in, share us what happened and share us about the co-creation we envision. I saw you fell out earlier. I hope you saw the video. Can you hear us, dear Menu?
Yes, I can hear you.
Please, over to you.
Okay, thank you so much. First of all, thank you so much for giving this opportunity to take part in this event. Yes, I am representing Sarvodaya Women's Movement. Sarvodaya Women's Movement is the women's empowerment arm of Sarvodaya Movement. We established in 1987, and we are celebrating our 38th anniversary on coming 17th January 2025. So yes, we are a movement that breathes life into the lives of many and nurtures a collective desire for empowering the women and girls in need. So basically, we are working in different pillars to empower women. We are working for women and health, women and economy, women and agriculture, women and education, as well as we are working for women for their rights. Within Sarvodaya Women's Movement, our structure, we create a difference in women and girls, women's and girls' lives by providing them with the protection, love, and hope. So we conduct more raising awareness programs, awareness raising programs for develop their knowledge and also raise awareness for their rights and also for their capacity building. So we are a movement, we involve with different civil society organizations as well as some local communities to take ownership and also to take the responsibility for women-related elements. And also, we effectively impact the lives of the girl child and also women through socio-economic justice, where lack in all form of overpowered, and also they live in self-sufficiency through dignity and safety. And also we providing a platform to the women and girls to showcase their creativity and their talents, and we are joining them for our workforce. Sarvodaya Women's Movement currently engaged with grassroots women, war widows.
Menu, thank you so much. I just wanted to say we are going to share the website and information with everyone. Do tune us in the concluding sentence, the intention that was expressed by the women also to co-create. So as we are moving towards conclusion of this call, but we want to have your voice and also the next step heard from your side. Thank you.
Yeah, actually the workshop where we have been is very inspiring, and we are really feeling delighted to have been able to be a part of this journey. And also we are happy to being a part with this one home journey. So we are planning our next stages to engage with your journey to make a difference all over the women in Sri Lanka as well as the other countries. So I'm really pleased to have with you to Sarvodaya Women's Movement with your workshop. So thank you so much once again. And we are, because I already shared that we also planning to do a travel journal in next year. So it is a kind of a one earth journey. So we want to keep with you in touch and working with you in near future to make a better world for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, dear Meno. And definitely we are on this journey together with the Sarvodaya Women's Movement. Rama, on this day, we particularly missed you. What are your feelings and impressions? You have been online all the time with us. Your presence was felt. Come in, please.
Yes, it's beautiful to see you in person, Menu, and how beautifully you spoke. What a great anniversary coming up. What was so moving, thank you, Alexander. I'm sure you stayed up hours to prepare this video so we could really feel, as we did with the model villages, we could feel the energy, the joy with which you are doing this work. And this is what is so important. The new women's movement, building on the great women who started the women's movement. Now it's a movement that the way we transform pain into power is with love, with joy, in a circle. And we could feel that circle in the beginning, the middle, and the end of this video. This is what is so powerful, bringing that Sarvodaya energy into the energy of women who will be the future of the earth, together with the youth who we are meeting with next. Thank you. This was so powerful, seeing the video, hearing you, and we are looking forward to the co-creation that is to come with you. And it's very important for us that this new year started with such a powerful Women for the Earth program together with the Sarvodaya Women's Movement. And it's so beautiful to see how, Alexander, you just carried it right through, because I, for reasons beyond my control, could not be there in person. Very, very moving. Thank you.
Rama, you were there. And Menu, thank you so much. And greetings to all the women co-creators, the women leaders we met and are going to meet. And with that, also the door is open now to our last short point, but we are now moving towards those future builders, the young generation, which we met here actually on the campus in Bandaragama. And again, Evrim, if you, before we are meeting two of the extraordinary young people, tune us in with a short video of this workshop, this co-creative space that had been opened here in Bandaragama campus of SIHL. Use for the future.
3, 2,
1. From Colombo, Sri Lanka. First of all, I would thank you for Professor Alexander and Humanity team. Today, we learned a lot of things from this program. This is a great opportunity for future leaders. As a team, we would like to connect with the global home future. So I would give a message for every young leaders in the world. Don't be a follower, be a leader. Thank you.
Thank you, Evrim. And with that, we invite straight away Yashodhara and Venura both on the screen. Thank you for staying with us. It has become late. I hope Venura could also join. Yashodhara is a young leader with the Colombo district of Sarvodaya, and Venura is a member of the Youth Parliament of Sri Lanka. Do we get Venura on screen as well? Is he?
Yeah, Venura was here very long, but right now seems to have dropped off. We'll keep an eye in case Venura joins again.
Good. Anyway, the future is feminine. So we have Yashodhara with us. Yashodhara, speak to us about what happened as we come together. What's your vision forward? And how do you see yourself becoming a co-creator of the future? We lost your video.
Yeah, everyone. Hello, I'm Yashodhara Amaradeva, DHA Production Coordinator, Colombo District, Sarvodaya, Sri Lanka. The workshop held on 9th January in Bandaragama is a great opportunity for us. It's a very interesting and valuable. On that day, we learned great concepts about inner home, local home, and global. Learn on that day from the workshop is first you co-create with the ground level or engage with communities. As a team, it will help you to connect global very easily. As a youth, we give our best for the plant this concept inside the community with One Home University. Especially, I thank you, Professor Alexander Schiffer, to commit his valuable time and share his knowledge and experience with us. Finally, I want to thank Sarvodaya Shumadana Movement and Home for Community Movement for giving this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Yashodhara. Yes, there at least we can see you. That's beautiful. Thank you for your words, also speaking on behalf of an extraordinary group of young leaders. And just turning to Dr. Vinya, there's a whole process of building up young leaders for the future in time with the intention to span the entire country, coming out of Sarvodaya Institute for Higher Learning.
Yes, so actually it's a very decentralized model because it's we don't want to have kind of a centralized educational program as such. As you could see, there are youth connected to the Arthadharma National Initiative, there are youth connected to the women's movement, there are also youth connected to the Shanti Sena, which is our youth wing. So unlike earlier days, we have a distributed youth leadership now. Yeah. So we are trying to provide educational inputs, particularly in terms of leadership skills, and that's connecting with the global movements like One Home, One Humanity, and the movements that we are also connected, Homes of Humanity and other networks. So it's a part of a national as well as international and grassroots initiative all combined together, and it's a collective effort even in learning and education.
Yeah, this is an impressive role model of involving the youth on their own terms and supporting and catalyzing them into the future. Just trying to read also the chats at the same time. But Evrim, if you could have Yashodhara back on screen and also bring Rupak Paria from Nepal in, who is one of our youth envoys. And I just wanted to mention that Yashodhara and Venura, who unfortunately can't be with us, has fallen out because of bad internet, will become representatives of Sri Lanka, of our Youth for the Future Envoys community, where from every country we have two youths, a young man, a young woman, or any gender, but young representatives who are driving the future and who are coming together in community across the planet, representing not themselves, but representing really their local youth communities and communities. And Rupak is one of these young leaders whom we met in Uganda, and he's now back in his home country, Nepal, where he's expecting us in a couple of weeks when we have the country immersion in Nepal. Rupak, what are you saying to Yashodhara and Venura as new youth envoys for the future?
Yeah, thank you very much, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to deliver my message on behalf of One Home for Humanity to our change maker friends and the new youth for the future envoys from Sri Lanka. Welcome to you, Yashodhara and Binura, to our One Home for Humanity family. We are very thrilled to have you join our Earth family, where every voice matters, every dream is cherished, and every individual is celebrated. Together, we are not just building a community, we are creating a movement of unity, of purpose and togetherness. And once again, welcome to the journey of lifetime. Together, we can create a powerful impact across the globe with unity and determination. Yes, we can make a tremendous difference in the globe. Thank you so much.
Thank you, dear Rupak. And if
just for a moment, Alex, I just felt I should add the spotlight to Roger and Rufin, Roger and Rufin also being Youth for the Future envoys, and we all met together and lived together in Uganda, in Sina. So lovely to have the youth envoys connected across continents as well. Please go ahead, Alexander. You were going to ask Yashodhara to give a feedback.
Yes, no, I wanted to invite Evrim to bring Udesh also on the screen, who has been such an architect, one of the great youth leaders of Sri Lanka, who is now studying in Sweden, but is profoundly connected, seeing what is evolving on what he has long been building up here. Udesh, what's going on in yourself as you are watching what happened this week?
Thank you, Alexander. It's been such a pleasure to be here. And then first on Thursday as well. But then I saw all the planning going on for the Sri Lanka meeting. A lot of people were behind the scenes, planning the entire Sri Lanka One Home journey. And then I always say every time Alexander comes in, he brings this fresh renewal, we get inspired, he inspires people. And this time you had an extensive stay in Sri Lanka, visiting different places, geographies, communities, and people from diverse backgrounds, which was like amazing to see. And then now I also see it not in a more operational view, from outside, so I have the luxury of seeing it from outside now, this whole energy transformation of all the teams. My colleagues back home, I almost felt homesick. I'm not someone who usually feel homesick, but then I deeply felt homesick looking at the videos, seeing all the impressive work and so on. So I think Sarvodaya is also about the whole notion of awakening, we call it the dialectic awakening or the dual awakening of the individual as well as the community. You saw impressive lived examples of both individual transformation or individual awakening. Also, on the other side, how individuals transform communities, and then how communities transform individuals, back and forth. The whole universal notion of gratitude working, reciprocity working, the covenant of reciprocity was so real in these examples and the recognitions we saw from the Sri Lanka One Home journey. This is what Earth has given us, right? Mother Earth has given us with utmost generosity, giving forth, nourishing us and so on. And then I really feel that leaders here in their own capacities are giving back what they have gained. And then now we are in this whole cycle of reciprocity, being generous, giving, and then transforming entire communities as Earth does in its continuous transformation, you know. So it was very refreshing to see Dr. Vinya from the leadership, Damit, Manu, Anushka, and Alexander bringing in this whole renewal. And then like witnessing all these powerful stories from the community, transforming our country, now inspiring the region as well as the world and the universe. Really glad to be here.
Udesh, what I wanted to say, your leadership is profoundly felt here, and the legacy you left here despite your young years. And I know everyone is waiting eagerly for you to come back. Let's open the screen, let's go into full gallery view as we are concluding this call all together in co-creation. And let's feel a little bit whether there are a couple of voices, and really apologize, it took long. This week was so rich, it was so intense, and we needed to bring all these voices also into the shared space.
Yes, I would like to ask if Cyril Ritchie, who has been on the call with us from the beginning, is there. His technology was not on his side on the last call. Cyril is one of our Earth ambassadors. He is at the young age of 91, one of the longest standing civil society leaders who also has been such a champion of every issue we have covered today, but particularly of women. So I think he'll be particularly happy. Cyril, I don't know whether this time technology is with you and we can see and hear you, but just give it a try. That would be wonderful. I'm just seeing if there's anyone else we did not yet hear. Zainab from Nigeria, Daria, who of course knows you so well, Vinya, because you have been to Daya's Slovenia conferences. So it would be lovely to hear a word from you, Daya. And let's see if Cyril can get his screen and video going, and then we could hear Zainab. Daya, why don't you begin?
I just want to throw in also, if you can hear Chaturanga, who has joined us.
Oh, wonderful.
Open your video, but I see Cyril Ritchie is now opening his video. So we begin. Cyril, the floor is yours.
Now we lost your video. Cyril, give it another try, and we will just hear Chaturanga briefly while if you just can get back your video and unmute. I know it's going to work this time. Yes, Chaturanga, we go to you.
Yes. Okay. It's an honor to address this team on the profound initiative of the One Home Journey, and a call that also resonate deeply with humanity's collective responsibility to create a world that is inclusive, sustainable, and united. Actually, in my journey in an agri-tech startup committed to revolutionize agriculture through the technology, I have witnessed firsthand the transformative power of innovation in bridging gaps and creating opportunities. But today, as I reflect on the One Home Journey, I'm also reminded that the challenges we face, whether it is in agriculture, education, or environmental sustainability, are interconnected. So much like the global family we aspire to nurture. So recently I had the privilege of meeting Professor Alexander also, because in the field, so whose visionary work inspires the communities worldwide to envision a united humanity. And even our discussions revolved around the pivotal role of IT in achieving the goals of the One Home Journey, and especially in the development of the rural communities. So and also, I should not forget the Sarvodaya. I know the tremendous work that they do in Sri Lanka, and in all around the country, we can see their presence, and over the last, I think, more than 5 decades, they have been doing really good job in Sri Lanka. So we have to be thankful for those things as well. And finally, it's very nice to be here, and I'm deeply inspired by the mission of Home for Humanity and the One Home journey. So let's walk this path together. Thank you.
Thank you, Chaturanga. It was a pleasure to meet you, and surely ready for co-creation on all sides. And with that, we are speeding up a little bit in coming to conclusion. Cyril Ritchie, I think, is now with us, and now I think you are unmuted. Over to you, Cyril, please.
Yes, thank you very much, Rama and Alexander. It has been working today, although we had snow here yesterday and today, and I think that's had some effect on the communication lines. Let me say one word about Sarvodaya. I actually have known a lot about Sarvodaya for more than 50 years, because I was a former director, as you know, of the International Council of Voluntary Agencies from 1964 until 1978, and then a second time in the 90s. And Sarvodaya was already known worldwide, and its reputation has grown ever since. So it's very natural that it's part of the Home for Humanity family. What Rama and Alexander are doing is actually impossible, and they're well known for achieving the impossible. Here they are on the next leg of this journey, mobilizing people, inspiring people, with those you meet personally and all of those who join our calls online. This is going to snowball, although without snow, I hope. This is going to snowball as you continue on your journey in all of Asia. I'm sorry I won't meet you in Bangkok in April, where I will be for an NGO meeting, but I gather you're not coming to Thailand. But I'm following you step by step, and thank you for inspiring so many people. Keep it going. And don't forget to get some rest in between. You're exhausting yourselves, I'm quite sure, but it's in a good cause, but we need you lively as you are the whole way through. All the very best. Love to you.
Thank you, Cyril. And as I promised this time, my parents are waving to you. Thank you for your beautiful words and powerful message, and your company, your support means so much to us. And it's so beautiful, your acknowledgement of what Sarvodaya has been all these years. Yesterday, I should share with Vinya and all the Sarvodaya team, I was having a planning meeting with our Australia partners, and Professor Peter Blaise Corcoran said, I've known Sarvodaya since I don't know how many decades, and he was together with Dr. T Ariyaratna, the founder, on the Earth Charter Commission, and talked about how the Earth Charter and the Sarvodaya vision and mission was so deeply united. So that was beautiful. And you coming in at the end of this call, Cyril, to really show how Sarvodaya has been a light of awakening for decades, and how Dr. Vinya and the leadership of Anushka, of Damit, of Udesh, of all of these young generation of all those we met today, Yashodharas coming up, is really taking that light further and further into the universe. Thank you, Cyril.
Thank you, Cyril, from us here in Sri Lanka, and to you also. Keep it going. We need you. And if you put us once more into gallery view, and just to acknowledge who is now, as the call is coming to an end, still with us. Want to acknowledge.
I think Daya, it would be great to hear a quick word from Daya. We know we're very late, but you've been with us beginning to end. So do say.
Yes, thank you very much. Hello to everyone. I'm sorry I don't have my camera ready today, but I hope we will meet again with the project that I proposed to start working on teaching materials on great integral models from all over the world. In Integral Green Slovenia initiative, we always emphasize that Sarvodaya is one of the leading integral models and very inspiring for education for sustainable development. Lately, we are also cooperating with the Club of Rome on Earth for All initiative. This is also a well-being economy initiative. So there is a lot of initiatives going on, and I see my role in trying to somehow integrate them and bring them to the educational space in Slovenia and hopefully also in Europe. So thank you again for your really inspiring and heartwarming event today.
Alexander, should we just give the floor for a minute to Musi? He was going to share. Thank you, Daya. This was so good and so important that you're here today and you stayed from beginning to end. This co-creation can go forward, building on all the leadership you've shown in this area. Musi had joined us from Zimbabwe, our teammate. So maybe, Musi, do you want to just come on for a second? Is that good, Alexander?
Yeah, just in culmination and conclusion.
I hope everyone can hear me. Greetings to each and every one of you. Thank you so much, Cyril, for what you shared. I really felt more than I did about Sarvodaya. I've always been curious how your movement is, so Vinyo. And I though I joined a little bit late, but I'm very interested in your movement.
I see there's a problem in the line. Let us move to conclusion. It was a very long call. And I would really like to hand over to the final word to our dear friend and the visionary, the living visionary here behind Sarvodaya, Dr. T Ariyaratna, just to bring us home as we are concluding this call.
Thank you, Alexander. I think we are concluding a very productive week with One Home Journey, with Alexander being physically present in Sri Lanka, but we had many occasions where most of you got connected online, and we were able to, as Udesh said, when Alexander visits us in person, there's a renewal, regeneration of our own selves and our own activities. And I think it was a very rewarding experience for all of us. For my team, who also worked very hard to make this happen. Manu, Damit, Anushka, Hasit, and the team, including Bridget, and there were many others who were behind the scene, but they were leading this whole thing because planning this program wasn't really easy. But we started with an opening dialogue in Colombo, and then straight went to ground zero, to villages, and then we had the social, economic, and then women and youth, and today summing up this whole thing at Sarvodaya Institute of Higher Learning. So I wish to thank Alexander and Rama for organizing this, and all of you who are part of One Home Journey for being the inspiration for us. And we are in a much more interconnected world now. So I think there is a lot of hope that we give through the kind of work that each one of you is doing, each one of you who represent organizations and networks doing. And therefore, on behalf of the Sarvodaya movement and on behalf of my colleagues who are present here and who are not present here, including the village colleagues who are in person here, to have joined this, and together let's all build a much better world that we can live, and also the generations to come as well. Thank you very much. And good night from Sri Lanka.
Thank you, everyone. Good night on our side, and see you very soon for the Earth Family Call in India.
Thank
you, Sarvodaya. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Thank you, Sri Lanka.
Thank you, Sri Lanka.